Good morning, folks. Making another trip to work this morning, 5 a.m. Off to see the Wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Want to have a conversation, regardless of the fact that it probably won't reach the people I would like it to reach, because there's just so much commentary out there that it just gets lost. But it makes me feel better, and I want to feel better. I want to understand, and I want to know why. I just want to know why things are the way they are, why things are going to the directions they're going. What is happening, and the source. As far as I can see, now I'm looking out there just like you are for answers. Everybody's looking for answers. So I'm trying to be open-minded and objective to see and understand the reality of our current state of affairs in this nation. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. You got the riots, BLM, and you got the Antifa, and you got the right wing right-wing opposition that does not agree with the liberal side of the nation. It really comes down to pointing directly at the information that is fed to the people of our nation, of America. And that information comes from television, and television is fed by broadcasters from the media. And their job is to inform the public of the goings-ons. What things are happening so that we know about it. Okay, and then you have they're talking to society, people of society, and there's certain things that are certain views that can't accept. You can't accept what's being reported due to a preference of opinion or a predetermined mindset, due to environmental and cultural ways of living and being and thinking. So I'm one of those people who have a difficult time accepting statements and information that just doesn't make sense. And I'm not one to just receive information, without questioning it, because the media has changed my lifetime drastically. For one, they've become more. There's more of them, more media outlets, a lot, many, compared to what I was brought up with in my youth. You know, there's three networks on television. You had a newspaper, you had the local news, and you had the national news, and even the news that was available was only on. Well, in the beginning, it was only on at night, and then it became noon, available at noon, and in the morning. So now you have media that's on 24 hours a day, and it never shuts up, never stops. Never stops. And because it never stops, I suppose that one of the causes of the disinformation or questionable information, let's just say that, questionable information, which we should question, is because it's on so much. It's on all day long on I don't know, 10 different channels. They've got to come up with stuff to talk about. They've got to come up with reasons for us to want to watch so that they can make money. So sell things on TV for the commerce, for capitalism that this country operates under. So because that's one reason why it can be inaccurate, or to say the least, skewed, spun, not entirely correct, just correct enough to get people excited for a direction. You ever think about the word information? Information. Formation. Information. Whatever we take in, as far as knowledge and understanding and language and information, words, it forms our mind. And there's a formation from the N-word consumption of words. Information. So, man, that's kind of something to think about, isn't it? Our minds and our personalities and our intellect and our way of being is formed by what we see, formed by what we hear, informed by our experiences. And it's possible that the media presenters, producers, owners better understand the word information better than we do. Or they might have figured it out long before I did. Because the whole idea that I am taking a look at is that there seems to be a quest for control of the mind. And you know what? There's only one place it can come from. It's not coming from my parents. It's not coming from, well, it does come from education as well now, because education has been sucked into the vortex of point of views coming from the media that steer our society towards a belief system, towards a way of life, towards a preferred alternative to the standard traditional American way of life. Standard traditional way of life for Americans is freedom, constitutional law, liberty, justice, opportunity, growth towards improving life in a frame of freedom. Okay, so now I just want to ask if I could speak to the media, any individual, if I could sit down and have a conversation and interview them, I would just say very, very sincerely, sit down, look at them in the eye, say peace, okay, peace. No accusations. I just want to know what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing? Why are you saying the things you're saying? Why are you elevating certain stories that you see we should hear, and then ignoring other stories that should be talked about, should be revealed? What is the function? I would say, so what is the primary function of your industry? I would say, I don't know how they respond. I don't know what they would say. But I would add, isn't your function to inform us? To inform people that work and raise families and want to grow as an individual. Isn't your function to inform us so that we can react to the current events and possible evil doings, and the good, so that we can learn how to be better human beings? Isn't that the function, the primary function, or the supposed function of the media? And I would say, is that what you're doing? I would say, are you not human? Do you not belong to the same country, to the same race? Do you, as individuals, I would say this to the people of the media, I would say, do you as individuals want something that is different from everyone else in this country? Those are good questions. What do they want? On behalf of me and the people of this nation that really has accumulated to has grown into a war with the media. because they're attacking the one individual who stamped that phrase, which of course is President Trump. Fake media. That has grown and has become the icon of his presidency. The war against fake news. So, all right, I'm sitting down, I'm looking at the media in the face, the people in the media who work for the media, and I'm saying, how do you change that? It looks like, it appears that the way that you think you can counter the attacks on you for being called fake media, false, telling lies, is by attacking that which is attacking you. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing an attack against the source that is openly stating that you lie to the American people. So there's a truth that has to be determined. There's a statement that has to be determined if it's true or not. Are you dishonest with the American people for a reason, for some sort of agenda, or for personal reasons? What is the reason that? What is the reason for the targeted information that is being presented to the American people, whether skewed, absolutely false, or whatever? I mean, really, I would ask you this question: if you could tell me how much percentage, what's the percentage of information? What is the percentage of information, of stories, of reports that are not accurate? Now, I know portions of the stories and reports are true, but if even a small portion of the report is false, then the whole report is false. Right? Am I wrong? I've got an idea and a suggestion. If you guys, if the media, if the people of the media are willing to hear it, and it might work, it might get you out of the stigma of being a bunch of liars and misinformants. That's the word, I don't know. Report truthfully, with integrity. Report with objectivity, without bias. Report to us what's going on in the world, in the nation, and locally. All that you have to do, I think, which makes total sense to me, for you to regain respect and integrity, it seems to me very obvious that all that has to be done is reporting what is truthful in our nation, what the politicians are doing, what they're saying, what the people are doing, what they're saying, what the people want, what they don't want, and report the crime. Report the truth about everything. It's not hard. It's not hard. And don't you think that that might be a good idea, and that you will prosper as well? The media will prosper. The media will be respected and seen as a need for this country. Because right now you're not. You're looked at sideways. People are looking at you going, what do they want from me? Why are they telling me this? I'm suspicious. It's telling me this for a reason. What is it? And you get on the computer or the phone and are looking for the reason that this story or this report is being told because they can't trust you. Don't you even feel anything about that? Do you feel bad? Because what I'm seeing is a blatant effort, mission to misinform the public, society, the people of this country for reasons that you have that we quite don't understand. It's your fault. How can it be anybody else's fault? If you want to blame the government, how can you blame the government? Because you're reporting what the government does and the politicians. It's not the people's fault that you can't tell the truth and tell us what is going on, really. The reality of the world, the reality of this country, the reality of the mood of this country. It's not our fault. All we're doing is turning on the TV and listening to some talking head tell us information that we the informed, we the intelligent, we the inquisitive, we the suspicious are listening to. Trying to make sense of it all. It's not our fault, it's your fault that you've got yourself in this precarious position of distrust. And you're not going to win. It's not possible. Don't you understand that? Because the more you work to attack the accuser of false information, accusing you of false information, it's a hopeless battle. You can't win. Even if you succeed in trying to succeed in destroying the source, there's always going to be another source. It's too late. Everybody, even the ones who suck up all your information are starting to question it. And they're becoming fewer and fewer. That's the reality that you have to see. That's the reality that the media, tycoons, and owners, if they want respect and legitimacy, they or you are going to have to see the reality that you're dishonest. You're inherently dishonest. And you are doing a disservice to this country, to the people. You're making us insecure. You're making us afraid. And you're making us react to that fear. And when you have fear, you probably understand that you get more viewers because people are afraid. They want to know, hey, how can I be safe? But you just give them more and more fear, and they want security, so they keep watching because you have nowhere else to go. You've got a monopoly. And this little recording that probably won't reach anybody stack of truth. Now I'm going to tell you what I want. This is very obvious. I want, when I turn on the TV, to be able to trust what someone is telling me who is being paid to tell me information that is true, to give me information. I want to be able to trust that person who's all pretty, beautiful, good-looking man. He's got that charisma and that smile. And I want to be able to see and look in his eyes and her eyes and say, that person's telling me the truth. That's what I want. It's not going to hurt you. Okay? It's not that difficult. You're not going to get hurt. You're not going to lose your job. Okay? You got nothing to fear. The world's not going to end. Our freedom is not going to destroy you. Our freedom is not going to destroy the media, because we need you. We need you, and we need you to tell the truth so that we can remain free, remain secure, continue the luxury of having liberty, to continue to be the most powerful country in the world. If you got what you want, what would you have? What would you have? If you got what you wanted, which appears to be socialism and power and control, what would you ultimately have as a nation? You would have a weak nation. You would have Europe. You'd have Germany. You'd have Russia. They're all weak. They all look to us. Every one of them, whether they want to or not, they want to be us. I've been to Europe and I've got family over there. And when I went over there, the first thing that they said in English was, it's the badass American from the great military of America. They wanted to know, hey, what are you in your military? They see our military as the ultimate. They see our nation. My cousin said to me, it's amazing, because he'd gone to vacation. He's vacationed over here. And he said, I am amazed at how big everything is. How wide open everything is. Because it's not like that in Switzerland. They're condensed and they're restricted. If you walk on private property, man, you're committing a major crime. You can't have over there modified automobiles. You can't have a jacked up Ford truck. I don't even remember seeing a big Ford truck, big Chevy truck. Sorry, don't mean to pit one against the other, but that doesn't exist over there because they're so regulated. A car cannot be alongside the road that you'll get fined. You can't break down. You can't have you just can't have the freedoms we have here. It doesn't exist. They're so regulated. they have, I've yet to walk into a store where, a shopping store, a food store, where you have the variety that we have. It's night and day. It's completely different. We're so spoiled, we don't know. And socialism would destroy that. And that's what's happening. That's the way it is over in Europe. It's a big socialist. Do you know this? If you go to Europe, I don't know how it is. I'm assuming it's pretty much the same in Europe throughout. But the hospitals don't want to treat Americans over there for any kind of illnesses and accidents or injuries. Do you know why? Because they are afraid that we'll sue them. Because the lawyers have gotten the lawyers and attorneys have become out of control here. They're out of control. They found a honey hole. The insurance companies, the hospitals, the medical providers. So Europe is like, oh man, don't treat that American. He'll sue you. It's pathetic. It's what we've become. All right, man. I've ranted, and that's something that I've just added to it. Everybody's out there with their little phone and videos, and Comcast ranting. This is bullshit. Blah 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 blah. That's me. I know. I hear you. Just, you know what? Tell me the truth. Media. Don't be an ass. Don't be an arrogant fool. Don't be stupid. Okay? This country is better than any country in the world. And quit trying to destroy it with your elite ideas. Okay? The Constitution, thank God, because you guys would have won. And right now you're just losing. And you don't know it. Good day.